Hello, ladies and gentlemen, how you all doing? This is Conor.
And I'm Rangru. Hello, hello, hello.
And folks, we're already getting into this match right here. So this is the HerrRobert's Super League, and this is the beautiful, beautiful map of Odon. And Rang, you're going to tell us who's duking it out real quick. Who do we have?
On left-hand side in blue, we have players. 3rd Canadian Infantry Division. Right-hand side in red, we have Jarl Conrad as a 352nd Infantry Division.
Oh, that was actually much quicker than I expected. Well, we probably could, expound a little bit further than that. So tell us about this matchup. I mean, 352nd, of course. These are the foot sloggers. 3rd Canadian, of course. These guys are having a tiny bit of mechanized to them. What's going to go on here?
I know, judging by previous 3rd Canadian player we see, maybe like a bit of ROSP and Stag County A spam. 352nd, probably just going to take it slow, easy, Ostroop and Grenadiers, AT guns, set up big mortars. Is really classic infantry division nonsense, but it's going to be definitely an interesting matchup as we got the town and middle, and the Canadians have barely sent anything into the town and middle, just 2 guys and a flamethrower.
It's a pretty scary squad nonetheless. Excuse me. And actually we have some more guys moving in from the southern side, including some extra infantry. Looks like the officer's probably going to go in, and my guess is, the flamethrowers are actually going to... wait, what?
They've just dropping smoke.
Constantly.
Yeah, it's a lot of bloody smoke.
I can sort of understand that. At the same time, I cannot.
I think he's just buying time so his rest of the infantry chaps, like his stormtroops, can get in. And those stormtroops are gonna do pretty well in that engagement, especially with all the smoke.
Well, the terrifying thing here is that while this MG42 would have been amazing otherwise, being up close and personal against a flamethrower is, as you might expect, kind of a rather... well, it ain't bueno.
Yeah, and in that church building, like, I believe you can actually shoot over the other buildings from the church. So that would have been a really cool position to hold.
I think you're right. And we can see already that Jarl Conrad's troops have just been pelted out of there. It's completely slaughtered.
Yeah,
yes, please.
The Canadians in towns are absolutely scary in any phase. It's just due to the stormtroop flamethrower combo.
But here's the question. How price efficient is that?
Pretty price efficient. Those flamethrower squads are only 10 points, which is I think are cheaper than like other like 2-man flamethrower squads, and they have veterancy 2 or veterancy 1, so they're pretty bloody nice.
Yep. So you smack an officer on top of that, it's even more terrifying. Looks like this Wasp going to get in here too. We have a P3 coming on in though, so the question is, oh, never mind, Wasp goes down.
Oh yeah.
But his Pack 38 is probably not long for this world either.
Yeah, he's not looking too good in the middle of an open field. He's being stood up by Bren guns, so he has a lot of time to right his rule.
Well, look at it this way: if you find yourself alone, running, and you're being shot at in green fields with the sun in your face, don't worry, you're in Elysium and you're already dead. Meanwhile, to the north, not a whole lot going on. Ostroop having a wet noodle contest with a 2-star rifle. Down to the south, no one's just doing anything. And I'm actually kind of surprised we have sniper scouts in that building outside the town. I'm surprised we're not seeing much more aggressive posture here.
Yeah, it's a bit... yeah, I think he just probably forgot about his sniper scouts back here, because now he's being pretty useful as your Ostroop and are taking a peek, but it's definitely a defensive position for the sniper scout. You can't do much scouting from behind your lines.
No, they can't. Now, one thing I never really thought about, usually we kind of attack the idea, 5248 by the way, we kind of attack the idea of a Panzer kind of going into a town unsupported, mostly because it gets, grenaded or picked off very, very quick. How do you feel about Befehler's going on in? At least at that point, you would guarantee that even if they're falling back, they would not get capped, would they?
If it's still a leader unit, it gets capped. It just stops the other guys around it.
But that's the thing. I'm kind of wondering about how using, and maybe a bit more precise, having a Befehler unit, but at the same time using that to kind of sweep in some extra material.
Like, just using it instead of instead of getting like a command leader, you just use a Befehler tank.
Yeah, so that
also give fire support.
Exactly. I probably could have phrased that a lot better. It's the end of a very long day for me here. I don't know about you.
But yeah, that does work. I think against Canadians, it's not as risky bringing a tank into town or other armored vehicles, because they don't really get many Piats.
Like, that's a blessing for them too.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I got bloody Piats as well. Good luck with that. And there's all like AT grenades or whatnot, really. One thing about Canadian infantry is they really do like good infantry AT compared to other divisions. But it seems like Jarl Conrad, he's pretty comfortable just not going into the town at the moment, and he's just getting some reinforcements Up north, just some AT guns and a SPW204.
Yes, but on top of that, too, he's got to be very careful of the fact that there's a 25 pounder as well as that Ram 2. And more infantry abounds. Not for nothing, but I think Jarl Conrad is gotta really start stringing together a true offensive.
Yeah, this is pretty tough position for 352nd. I mean, Canada, the Canadians do have a pretty strong A phase. They got just lovely, aggressive troops to take the position. While 352nd's A phase is pretty slow. Not really all that fun to play, to be honest. I'm thinking Theo maybe trying to push down south would be his best. As they get a bit more open ground, his infantry be a bit more comfortable in that engagement. He has some pretty decent tanks. You can get like some Stug 3s, which are nice. You got some nice AT guns, and of course in C phase, bloody Yank Panther.
But until then, of course, it's just going to be O Canada the entire time.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, probably a bit more artillery, because he can push like a forest up north, but his infantry just aren't as good in those close quarters engagements. There's only 2 Vickers up north, really. And as you can see, they're having a pretty hard time killing that one Kupol MG.
Well, you asked and they delivered.
Mm-hmm.
And down south, I think he's missed his chance to move forward, because now there is a lot of extra infantry in the area.
Yeah.
And while you might want to go and malign that Vickers, it still has a fairly good amount of suppression.
Yeah, I still would never recommend people to take Vickers, but they're not terrible. They kind of work.
But they're not terrible. That was a glowing recommendation right
they're
there.
not. They're still pretty terrible in my book. But the veterancy helps out a lot for the Canadian Vickers, as the 1-star veterancy means they're just slightly better. Doesn't improve the accuracy, just helps a bit everything else.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if it did.
Yeah.
We already see the 25 pounder howitzer. It's just completely devastating, I would say, all across the entire lines. What can the Germans do against this?
They got 120mm mortar. It doesn't have the range against that howitzer, but he could possibly sneak it up a bit more forward to try to get some counter battery. And I mean, later on he can get some proper artillery pieces to try and counter battery.
True, the discount Soviet material, right?
No, you got the big ass LK-18.
Oh, LEFH. Okay.
The really big one that has 4-kilometer range. You'd never see it because it's not really that good in 1v1s. But he's got some pretty decent artillery options. I mean, he should have the 2-star sections, and they're going to be a huge pain in the ass to deal with.
I'm actually surprised. Doesn't he get one of those in A, doesn't he?
I think
I always want to say that's him, but I noticed the other one of the armoreds that gets that. I think too.
Pose and guards get A phase sections.
Okay. Yes.
Canadians you have to wait till B because they only get the A phase 25 pounder.
Well, you have to wait until the guards are done playing with it. So
exactly.
The hand-me-downs.
Hand-me-down equipment, exactly. But up north, Jarl Conrad, I mean, he's got us trooping, but they need a bit more fire support. You've got the AT-18 giving some of that much-needed fire support, but a little bit,
belated.
Time. Yeah.
Well, we are going into Phase B in 60 seconds, and I'm feeling very concerned for this P3, because his Ram 2 is just kind of, sedately shifting on forwards. He can suppress the north. He's not going to be effectively engaged either by the Pak-38, so he's pretty much screwed no matter what happens.
Yeah, but the Panther 3 is in a pretty nice position at the moment. He can't really get flanked, so... I mean, he can't really do much here, but he can't also get killed here, so... he's got that going for him for his Panther 3.
Yep, cannot see the tank for the trees, but when your armor is half of that of your target, that's not a place I'm really comfortable want to be.
Dude, if I can't see the enemy, they can't see me. I walk into a war zone with my eyes closed, I'm bloody invulnerable.
Oh my god,
I think that's how it works.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, Ray Charles got given a pistol in Blues Brothers. And that guy was a regular old, 6-shooter with that. He was amazing, man.
Yeah.
We are going to see the first airplanes of the map coming on in. Spitfire bombing run, going to take out that anti-tank pretty easily. Ooh, does enough
just
damage. Doesn't quite kill, but pretty damn close.
the lone survivor.
By the way, have you ever seen that movie? Because to me, like, that movie came out and I thought to myself, you know what? If I wanted to know how it ended, I would, you know, read
Oh, is
clip
that
notes.
the Navy SEALs movie?
Yes. Yes,
Yeah,
true story and all that, or based on true story.
You could pretty much just... It's just watching people fall down in the movie. You could essentially watch Wipeout and get the same experience.
And see, to me, like, you know what? At least when I was watching Black Hawk Down, at least for me, that was more engaging. We have something going on here.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Well, weird. It's a decent movie, but...
But there's a lot of, like, low-key guys I really enjoy. Whoa! Pack 38 was able to get internal fragments?
I think it's close enough to get the penetration.
Yeah, that guy's within 800 meters. He's got that. He's got the math behind it, but it's just how unlikely... Oh, no, because he showed side armor.
Oh.
And that's going to completely change the battlefield right here in the middle, because I do not see... Oh, there's a Bedford coming on in right now. Okay. But there's also a Strug coming on in, so the Sturmgeschütz will be very, very scary.
Mm-hmm. But it's going to be about, I don't know... I mean, Jarl Conrad is starting to get the fire spores in the field. You've got your IG-18s, and as you see, they pretty much right Jules Vickers guns from Matty doing anything. And up north, I mean, the Canadians are starting to run lower stuff. And Jarl Conrad, I mean, B-Phase, he gets a lot of infantry options now. And that Stug 3G will be a pretty deadly piece of equipment in this middle.
Yes, it will.
Got the penetration to kill stuff, and it's, you know, 10 armor's pretty good.
He's got the line of sight on it, too. So here it goes. Okay, he's engaging that Humber, but the Mark IV very sensibly backs away. Mm-hmm. He says, does this turret make my tank look fat?
A little bit.
Yeah.
It makes it look a little chubby Humber. I wouldn't be too humble about it.
Yeah, you know, the funny thing about it is that the Sturmgeschütz, not a tank, but man, that thing is actually fairly sleek when you think about it.
Yeah, it's pretty low to the ground, hard to hit.
Yeah.
Like German efficient design, I guess.
Kind of trying to pick a woman up at a bar. Wolverines and Sextons moving on in, obviously, over here for the Canadians, and some random Canadian infantry just sitting on back with a Bren carrier. Mm-hmm. Super deep in territory, not going to do a whole lot for the next 10-15 seconds, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But call it for us. Right now, it's 53-47, and frankly, I don't know exactly what player is anticipating on doing here. Oh, never mind, Nebelwerfer.
Oh, yeah, that's what we need. You can solve all problems with Nebelwerfers.
Yes, you can.
Yeah. Like, literally, you can solve every single problem with Nebelwerfers.
And now it's going to counter battery, though, by either Sextons and the 25-pounders, and those guys have insane range. Yep. Already pinned down. Exhaust Trooper are desperately trying to get in now to force back these Stormtroopers, and unlike some others I can name, these guys have better aim, though, too, so I would not be too sanguine about doing that.
I think he's getting Pioneers into the town now. I believe it was the Pios.
Nah, Stormtroops. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
2 stars of Stormtrooping.
They do get that infantry unit.
Now, the problem with that, though, is that we still have these flamethrowers here, and those guys are, well, let's just say there'll be a very warm reception for them as they come into the town.
Yeah, fortunately, yo, that one flamethrower dude only has, like, four ammunition left, which is really one shot. So it's not too bad, at least. But still, that flamethrower guy's definitely got his money's worth.
Yes.
Think about it, it's bloody 10 points. If you just kill like 3 or 4 guys in a Panzer Grenadier squad, you've essentially paid yourself off.
That's all you need. All you need is one shot, one opportunity.
Yeah, and you can definitely do have a flamethrower. I mean, you got your 5 minutes of fame with a flamethrower.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Flak 36 starts to engage now. There's a Spitfire to the north, but it's not going to do anything. I mean, geez, this is...
Yo, it does miss.
Wow. That was a very strange position there.
Yeah. I think he's trying to hit the IG-18, but the Flak gun managed to, you know, wonky his aim. That's not even how you bloody say that sentence.
Wonky his aim?
Wonky his...
Pretty sure people go to prison for that sometimes, so be careful.
I think they do, but cause him to miss his shot, I think, is the proper pronunciation.
One thing I will tell you is that Focke-Wulf's going to go down.
Yeah, he's fucking done for.
And he's howled his last time.
Oh.
Oh, wow. Don't tell me. Oh, no, there we go. No. Nope, the lone wolf is riding a wolf pack of 0 at this point.
Yeah. We got the Panther III and the Ram going at it. But
you had to say something, didn't you?
Yeah. I just had to, Khan. I just had to. But Stug 3, he can come around and...
Well, he's close enough now over
kill.
here, though, because the Ram 2 could just pound his little armored keister flat. And with the Wolverine here, too, the Strug is definitely going to be fighting an uphill battle.
Yeah, but Stug's in a nice position, its current position, because he has a good line on the road to stop any reinforcements coming in, but he's just going to be getting right in close with that Stug. And the Ram... I know he's not facing the complete right way, but we'll see who'll get first shot off if they do decide to get closer.
Well, you know the stabilizers.
Ram doesn't have stabilizers.
I know. I really do. But anyway, so Strug is moving on in, and he's going for it. They have tanks at 20 paces, and the Ram's gonna get first shot. Internal fire. He's dead.
Oh.
He is so dead.
Yeah. There's the one risky thing about using Stugs. You know, you don't have that turret, so you do have that longer aim time. Even if you do face like front blade Roger tank, they always seem because they always face the wrong bloody ray.
Oh wow! I didn't even see the second Sexton is on in here too. Yeah, the 352nd is getting out artilleried by a mechanized division.
Yeah, you do. Those two Canadian Sextons are just terrifying, absolutely terrifying. I mean, just look at it. It's a bloody machine gun. It's like a 2-second reload between each shot.
Well, it is being held by that dingo.
Yeah.
Well, they're
like
not
Canadian lumberjacks. In there,
yeah.
Just instead of like chucking in wood, like wood logs, chucking in 25-pounders.
Did they ever show the outdoor games up there in Canada?
Outdoor games?
The Great Outdoor Games, something like that. It was on ESPN a long time ago. They might still do it.
Probably. That sounds very like something they do up north.
It's just it's uber like red-blooded flannel-wearing American.
Like axe throwing and like balancing.
No, like chopping wood.
Oh, okay. Like really like beardy guys.
Yes, like, yes. Bearded or bald. It's the B&B.
The B&B.
Oh yes. So interestingly, finally that command carrier gets activated, and interestingly, there's still another couple of squads. There's Stosstroopin and player to be named. I think that's your Pioneer off to the right-hand side outside the town, southeast of the German artillery park, such as it is. Mm-hmm. And I think Jarl Conrad's a little bit flummoxed here. I don't think he knows what to do.
Yeah, it is hard for 352nd to try to make pushes, because you're not really that great of a division of pushing. I mean, you can defend pretty well for 352nd. But also our artillery park is absolutely deadly. And considering that all of Jarl Conrad stuff is mainly just soft targets, I mean, as you can see, it's just crazy. I'm just looking at the artillery park, and they're just shooting all three bloody cardinal directions.
Yeah.
All over the place. It's like a bunch of CS:GO aim bots.
Now, one thing I've never really seen. Have you ever seen artillery, like an artillery piece, not off map, end up killing a vehicle? I can't say I've seen that happen very often, but I imagine it could.
Not really, no. I never usually bother using my artillery pieces to like try and kill vehicles. I probably like try to use it to stun up a tank and then try to move up a tank, but I wouldn't keep shooting it.
So I'm just asking because that 25-pounder has been shelling that Strug for quite a bit of time, and I was wondering about if a bloody big, 88mm shell dropped on top of him.
I want to do a test now to see, like, eventually, like, get like a big regular artillery piece, like a 105, and just keep shooting like a jumbo or Sherman or Panther and see how many shots it takes to kill with HE. Because it'd probably take a lot.
Oh yeah, of course.
Take a lot, but
of course.
Because you can technically kill everything with like explosives in this game. Well, except for machine guns, but like if it goes kaboom, you can, even with a satchel charge, you can technically kill King Tiger if it's taken enough damage.
Yeah, but for shelling the town again, there's nothing really to be done here. I think this is a fit of peak. I'm shelling the town.
Yeah. Yeah, the town's pretty clear from this point on. He can move up his troops to try and get in. I mean, the Ram 2 is going to be a pain as he has no AT in the town to deal with it, but
hey, we've talked about that, though. I mean, to a certain extent, that's going to be constantly the issue. Yep. Yeah, there's been so much artillery fire that an entire Bedford supply truck has been cleaned out. And meanwhile, he's going to start shelling back the German side of things, and I'm surprised we haven't seen a lucky strike already. Well, the naval buffer needs to just, crew up and get out.
Yeah.
And there's the SK-18 that you were talking about with that 4-kilometer range.
Mm-hmm. So he can outrange the Canadian artillery. He's going to be able to do some good damage on a 25-pounder, but his 2-star sections, they're armored. They don't care.
Well, they're open top, though.
They are open top, but you're going to have to get some rather precise shots to try to hit open top. And without line of sight, or, corrected aim, it's
a tough ask.
It's a tough ask. It's gonna actually, I don't know, those sections actually are pretty resilient, especially with the 3-star veteranry.
Well, part of me was wondering what would happen. Oh, he would actually blown up this Bedford supply truck had it still been there.
Yeah.
Because I would have gone nuclear, and that could have been some rather scary moments to be right behind.
Yeah, I think it wouldn't kill all the sections entirely, but it definitely put him on some, do a lot of HP damage at least.
Yes, probably true. Now overall, Assault Pioneers continue to hold the town. We do have ourselves a Flak 88 out on the field, which I'm not entirely sure why.
Yeah,
even with the occasional plane usage, I don't think that's a really great investment of points.
Especially, yeah, it does seem a bit weird.
Almost as weird as having an entire division say, "Oh yes, we're an infantry division," and having all of this freaking armor support. And again, we have these 2 squads of infantry just sitting outside in these wannabe half-tracks. Excuse me, the German deuce and a halves. Northeast of these Panzerschrecks, and so much of, I feel like, Jarl Conrad's equipment hasn't gotten even used.
Yeah, it's...
Ooh.
There were some moments in that match where Yo definitely could have made a push, like up north when he finally got those IG-18s out.
Mm-hmm.
If he had some more infantry up here and maybe just something to push with, he probably could have got some nice ground up north. As we see now, he does have good control of the town, but the problem is the Canadians got the bloody artillery battery, and those sections will just not stop shooting. They just won't stop shooting.
I will say that one last couple of rounds from the SK-18 did fall down on top of that front sexton. Looked like he took a significant amount of HP damage there.
Yeah.
But yes, and the KDL just that says it all.
Yeah. But yeah, the Canadians managed to get good hold into the town early on, it definitely helped player quite a bit. And he just managed to hold north and top long enough to get the artillery battery going, and he just really did not mess with 2-star sections, especially as an infantry division like that. I mean, I think maybe if he, I don't know, got more neighbor earthers and try to place them in really ballsy positions to try to counter battery at close range, he maybe could have done something. But yeah, it's just tough to deal with those sections. They're a very pain in the ass unit to deal with.
I have a better idea than everything else. Don't pick the 352nd.
That's also a pretty good idea as well. They're not really that great of a division.
Especially not the one-on-one, but we've talked that part to death.
Yeah.
All right, so with that in mind, I think we have Moro Super League on Thursday, isn't that right?
Yes, we do.
All right, so folks, come back on Thursday, see some more Super League. Hopefully, no more of the Pegasus. But we'll find out together, won't we?
Indeed we shall.
Indeed. Until then, I'm Con Ulrich.
I'm Rangru. Take it easy.